It feels kind of like an out-of-body experience. Lets me like fly wherever the drone's going. It feels kind of surreal.
We're studying at George T. Baker, and here's some things you didn't know about drones.
One of the most surprising things I've learned about drones is just how useful they can be in society, because they're not just used for fun and leisurement like how we use them, but they can be used for hurricane relief, railroad searching, and just a bunch of other things that can help save many people.
The Navy, a lot of military branches use it for scouting, and obviously what you see in the news. It's used a lot in landscaping and surveying, a lot of properties. It's used obviously a lot in filming, especially in filming for the big DJIs, the action shots.
They can be used in infrastructure, agriculture, and other developments that we might not even realize that they're being used in, but I think they're really useful. I didn't realize how many parts there were to actually making and building a drone.
There's obviously the motors. There's a little circuit board right here called the flight controller, which is what sends signals to the motors and tells them what to do and how to control the flight. There are propellers, which go on the motors and obviously give it lift. And then there's a camera, which is what we see out of the goggles. We have to find certain KVs, which is basically the speed the motors go. If the speed is too high, it can't carry a large enough propeller. And if the speed is too low, it won't be able to give enough thrust to actually lift the drone.
Drones are a great representation of what avionics is all about. Implementing flight controllers, motors, cameras, sensors, radio signals, everything avionics encompasses can be found in a drone.
When I entered the drone team, I had no idea that there's such things as drone license. And I learned from Isaac that he got his and he could get paid for flying the drones. That's why I'm really open to getting the license now.
So there are two types of certifications. There's the Trust Pilots Institute certification, and there is the Part 107. The first one allows you to just fly in certain areas with permission, and it's very easy to get. The second one is what allows you to get paid money while flying drones. I have the Trust Pilots Institute certification.
Getting into drones can be pretty expensive, so you should go to your school and see if you have a team. You might already, many schools do. But if not, I would go to maybe a local competition or the store and just talk to the people there and see what they recommend.
For example, the best controller are these Radiomaster Pockets, which are $60 or $70. That's the cheapest you're gonna find a controller. These are some higher end goggles that we bought just for the racing. You can easily find some $80 goggles, they're called Eachines. They're pretty big and they have very good quality. And with that, you can buy a cheap drone, a $70 Hummingbird, which are the parts we use in these drones. We take them apart and we build custom frames. That's the cheapest way to start and the best way to have a good setup.
And in terms of beginners, I would definitely recommend using the program Velocidrone. That's what me and my other teammates started learning how to fly, because you don't need all the equipment, and it's also, you're on a computer, not necessarily on a drone, which can crash and get damaged. So that's why I love using the simulator Velocidrone.
It's a little discouraging at the beginning because it's very hard to fly at the beginning, but you'll catch on very quickly. You can use simulators and get very used to it. It's very easy to start, and once you get into it, it's very fun, very rewarding. The most surprising thing I've learned about drones is how often you actually fly them, since they break down very often due to how fast we're flying them. It's 50% flying, 50% repairing.
When you're racing these drones, everything on them breaks eventually. The motors, the propellers, even the wires, everything just breaks eventually and needs to be replaced. And the constant maintenance of these drones takes so much time and effort, and that's a lot of the part that we're designing for the new drone.
We tested the frames, we tested the motors, we tested the cables, the cameras. It's all about testing rather than flying, and there's so much fun that can go behind that people may be missing out.
I think one of the coolest features about drones is how much creativity and thought process goes behind one. Each drone you make is unique to who makes it, because there's so many frames and so many components that you can pick to really optimize whatever you want to use the drone for, whether it's for flying for leisurely or just in general.
I see the current design right now and seeing how the materials and the design, how we started from a thin material which consequently broke to now having a thicker frame really develops and really truly effectively flies, where it stabilizes itself when it falls down, you know. I think the design is really what captivates me when we're building the drone.
Software is such an essential component. The tuning, all of that, that is what makes the drone fly. Without that, there would be so many issues.
When designing the drone, we use the Fusion 360 CAD software, and it basically let us test our drone, test the motors, and how we react in real life. For what are the weak parts for when it hits the wall, or when it breaks. What are the weak parts? What are the sides that we can improve on?
So we need a 3D printer to make the frames. Designing the frames, we need a computer with Fusion 360. We need a screwdriver to install the parts. A soldering iron to repair whatever wires or motors are broken. Replacement parts for everything, replacement propellers especially, replacement frames, and that's mostly what we need.
Drones are really dominated by males, so it's really a great way as a female to really represent the drone team, because I really aspire to really push females to get into this field and hope to do the best we can with competitions.
My team is called the Red Phoenix. We are the first female-led drone team in Florida, and through our competitions, we are currently #1 standing nationally. In my experience, there's little to none girls in this field, and in our competitions, I think it's really important for other girls just like me and my teammates to get into this field and try to change it from within, because the more representation we get, the more people are going to attract. You're gonna fail at some point, but you gotta keep trying. Your drone is gonna break, it's gonna happen, it's meant to happen, that's what's going on. And you just gotta continue moving forward, trying working at it, and I promise you'll love it.
I didn't think I was gonna be so passionate, but I'm telling you, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort, and you have to put in the time, because what's gonna really show is your efforts and your commitment to drones.
See, we have our drone here, but this isn't our first take. If you look at over here, lots of stress happened to it. And it's just, drones and honestly anything technology is just about trial and error and to keep trying until you can become the best. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!